We, Akatsuki, will deliver.
Let us now reconvene. Whoops. There we go, get rid of that. I always forget to press the thing. But hello, Reborn. Hello, Doof. Hope you're both having a good day. I first want to mildly complain about how inconvenient the Steam Deck is. It took like 10 minutes to get the stupid thing to come on and also connect to my Steam Link thing. I don't know. You're supposed to just press the button and then it turns on, but all I got was a black screen. And then there was the video didn't actually like come over to the capture card, but I don't blame it for that one. It's not really built for being docked. But hello and welcome back to our surprising adventure. I'm sure they will slightly recap us, but in case they don't, if you missed the last one, we found out that the Phantom from 7 years ago was the one who killed Athena's mother. More or less made Simon take the blame onto himself. I don't know if he really planned that part out, but Simon blamed himself so that Athena wouldn't get arrested. And it turns out that the Phantom was also the one who killed Clay, Apollo's best friend. Yeah, it was more to protect Athena, but like I don't know if the Phantom planned that part out. Because if Simon wasn't there, I don't know what his plan was to get away with stuff. I mean, he got stabbed in the hand and ran away. If Simon didn't show up, they might have thought it was Athena that did it. But, you know, her memory would have been more fresh and slightly less traumatic at that point. She would have been like, no, there was a guy there. And then they would have seen him on the camera. Why they didn't see him on the camera before that is beyond me. You know, there's a murder. You check the entire day's camera recording. You don't just look at one picture. Yeah, I don't know. I never really got major trauma that I can remember, at least, as a child, so. Like, the only traumatic thing that comes to mind is when I ran into a truck. And it wasn't really that traumatic, obviously. I mean, I could have died, but... And hello, LD. This may be the finale. I don't know how long it goes on. But if this is the last one, I will try to go to the very end. I did find out I can get the DLC, but I have to find it first. I hear it was left in one piece. But I can load it into the emulator. I just have to have the actual file for it. Fitting. Is there a pirate in that DLC? Let us now reconvene. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution has never been more ready. You know, this is the first time we've been at the defense bench together since I debuted. That is true. Also, we have the new emote thing if you missed it in the thing. Because I have to say that we're fine now. I took away his finger, though. Because it just... It just didn't look right no matter how I put it because of the size difference. I made it like super tiny. I was like, no, that's not right. I made it big. Yeah, that's not right. Oh, now that you mention it. Although back then I thought you were more loud than you were reliable. Ouch. Well, I'm sure Mia thought the same thing about you. Really come a long way since then, Apollo. You've grown a lot. Heh, well, there have been some hiccups, but I guess I've done pretty well. Still got that ego of his, though. You're one to talk. Prosecutor Blackwell. With the 7-year mistake now resolved, you can finally take your rightful place. Yes, I guess we can keep the chit-chat for later. Bailiff, please bring the witness in immediately. Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell seems to be pretty much the same. Yeah, 7 years of grumpiness doesn't go away so easily, I guess. It's me! Ha ha ha! Bobby Fulbright here! I heard I was needed on the stand, so here I am! Detective Fulbright, do you know why you've been called to give testimony? Nope! Yep, because there's only one reason why I'd be called. And that is because it's time for justice! In justice we trust! Another small thing I want to say. I feel like I can't trust anyone with gloves anymore. Never been someone innocent with gloves. I guess Athena, but yeah, she's got one glove on. In justice we trust to murder. Objection. You can't fool us with that act anymore. Your justice is nothing but lies. What? Are you questioning the integrity of my sense of justice? I mean, sure, sometimes I make mistakes, but hey. Acting exactly the same as always. Tell me about it. Must be feeling awfully confident. Fulbright, you wish to dispel our suspicion, let's get your testimony. Alright, fine. You want me to prove my righteousness? I can certainly do that. I do want to compliment his character design, though, like his actual appearance and how he handles himself. Because they went on about how he made that really long jump. It's like, I can see him doing that. I can see him quickly sprinting towards the exit. You know, his hands completely straight, his arms rigged or whatever, and just making the jump. No hesitation. The embodiment of justice. Haha, I'm the very embodiment of justice itself. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments. And this bit about the escape route is only a theory. A game theory. You don't have any proof. What we do have is proof that Athena strikes at the culprit. The lighter with the prints on it. And now he's blaming Athena directly. You're saying the suspicion against you... the suspicions against you are completely false. Defendant is the real culprit? That's right. Mr. Lawyer's escape route is totally circumstantial. You don't have any proof that I made a big leap onto that ladder? Don't have proof. You are correct about that. However, you don't have any proof for your claim either. I guess you're right. But you can't define justice with evidence. Who can define it anyways? Justice just is. Objection. Don't make me bring out a dictionary on you. Nah, please don't throw the book at me. Yeah, tell me the Phantom didn't just make me set up a stupid pun for him. Let's just try not to lose focus, alright? But my justice is crystal clear. What's not clear are your eyes? Wake up and smell the justice. Silence. Oh! Enough of your rubbish, Fulbright. You haven't even announced a justice, then you answer the court's questions and prove it. Prosecutor Blackwell. Prosecutor Blackwell looks torn. Well, Fulbright was his partner after all. Prosecutor Blackwell's right. The truth will be revealed in the cross-examination. Suspicions against Detective Fulbright are, at this point, only suspicions. And it's my duty, I will judge the claims against the detectives as impartially as I can. Anyone have any objections? That's fine, Your Honor. Aha, now ask away and don't hold back. Whoa, what happened to the video there? There don't appear to be any objections. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. There's like another scene loaded for half a second. Oh, great, I'm still hurt. I am the very embodiment of justice itself. Hold it. What does that mean? The embodiment of justice? Those are just empty words. But they say if you keep on saying something, it'll eventually become the truth. Like how Brilly keeps saying that they're good at video games, and yet they only get better. Isn't that how people make their dreams come true, too? By wishing over and over and over and over and over? I'm the best. Alright, let's just move on. I figured that one would be nothing. Thinking to a villain with your far-fetched arguments. This bit about the escape route is only a theory. You don't have any proof. Hello, Sivia. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, please tell us more about the circumstances surrounding the ladder. Well, I'd much rather expound on the topic of justice, but oh, alright. Let's see, what should I ask about? About the lab, I guess? I don't really care about Aura right now. Please tell us anything you remember about the lab. The lab, huh? Well, it was so messy there was hardly anywhere to step. I guess they were in the middle of building a giant robot. Yeah, that's pretty much how it looked when we visited this afternoon, too. Okay, I know the drill. You want me to add this statement to my testimony, don't you? You'll note that wasn't a question. What? No, way ahead of you. I'll just add it in. It was actually a poor choice for the evacuation. Then why did you do it? But you aren't fooling anyone. Chose the ladder in that very room on purpose to create your escape route. And that's not true, just that when it comes to ladder, I'm very particular. I had a good feeling about that ladder. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Huh? Did I mess up somewhere along the way? Ask about Aura, I guess? Please tell the court what you remember about Miss Blackwell at the time. She appeared to be really angry at the bombing commotion that the bombing commotion was disrupting her work. She even threw a robot at me. Yikes. That wasn't poor Kalanko. Of course it was Kalanko. Who else would she throw? This is very important information, isn't it? I'll just switch this statement in. Why don't you let me decide that? You're the guy about having her work interrupted. I'm beginning to wonder, is Miss Blackwell ever not crabby? I can tell you with certainty that is correct. Well, they already took her down to the station, so it's a bit late to ask her now. Just my opinion, but maybe it's best we don't ask her about that. Ever? Can I ask a detective about something else? I guess it is the lab, but... I'll just swap it in. Let me press this. A good feeling about that ladder. Let's proceed with your testimony, shall we? Haha, certainly. Looks like he's sticking with Athena as the culprit. This doesn't help that he has the evidence. Let's press him on everything until he cracks. I mean, the lighter was found in the Space Museum, is that right? The one and only! After Miss Sykes murdered Mr. Terran, she escaped into the Space Museum. That's when she probably dropped the lighter. Where did she get the lighter? Don't worry about it. Then, after the launch pads were switched, she ran into the Space Museum, where her image was caught by the security camera. And without evidence, I should probably save this fight for another time. Well... Did I have the thing that says that there were more? I don't remember our evidence. No, I don't think I have a thing that says that there were more ladders. I'm sure the moon rock thing will be important, but... I don't know which one to go for. Even threw a robot at me. My arguments are hardly far-fetched. There's a careful reasoning behind my theory. Yes, well, apparently there's reasoning behind even a tofu burger. But what we have against Miss Sykes, though, is not just reasoning, but solid evidence. And it's called the lighter with Miss Sykes' fingerprints on it and the victim's blood. Yeah, that's true, but wait. I think the Fulbright was the one who brought that evidence to the trial. You harbor any suspicions that you ask Fulbright, right, Dodo? Especially about that lighter. He's right, but what exactly should I ask? The number of prints? Or the position of the prints? I think position would be more... Please tell the court about the position of the prints on the lighter. They're around the same spot on either side, as if they would be if she was holding it up. Suppose if it was used to light the room, it held that way. Please add a statement to your testimony. Yeah, but where were they holding it? How were they holding it? Yes, Miss Blackwell mentioned she saw it lit, the lighter being held up. Yep, meaning the person on Miss Blackwell saw was the owner of the fingerprints. It just strengthens the argument against Miss Sykes. Yeah, this line of questioning isn't going to get me anywhere except conviction land. My least favorite theme park. The number of prints? How many prints were found exactly? 3! The thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger of the right hand. There we go. Your Honor, that is an important statement. Could you please have it swapped into my testimony? You got it. You beat me to it. Aha! Be it investigating or testifying, speed is the key. Sonic the Fulbright here. Okay.
Objection!
There. Say the prince was from her right hand, is that correct? That's right, very clear prints. But that just doesn't add up. What? Huh? What doesn't add up? According to Miss Blackwell, who saw the culprit herself, this person held the lighter in their left hand. Oh? So there's a dilemma before us. Why are the prints on the lighter from a right hand instead of a left? You're right. That doesn't make sense, does it? Your Honor, this lighter can hardly be called incriminating evidence. The witness's claims don't even hold water. Back to Fulbright, I hope you have a good explanation for this. I just can't understand it. They're definitely right-hand prints. But then, why are they inconsistent with Miss Blackwell's statement? Maybe she's lying. I've got it. What have you got, detective? The mirror! The witness must have seen a reflection of the culprit in the mirror. Hmm? Wouldn't she have seen their back? Go on. Miss Blackwell was looking through the window in the boarding lounge 1, wasn't she? Yeah, I believe so. I mean the little window in the back and to the right of the room. That's right, and across the room in the opposite wall is a large mirror. I do remember seeing it. So are you saying... Yes, the culprit Miss Blackwell saw must have been the reflection of the person in the mirror. Ah, I see. In that case, the right and left would appear reversed, wouldn't they? Haha, now do you see? I hope you reflect on this. That's the logic of pure justice. But your argument is only conjecture. You don't have any proof that what Miss Blackwell saw was a reflection.
Silence.
Right, Dono? You'd sooner nick yourself than him like that. Put some more muscle into it. Huh? That's right. Besides, the lighter couldn't have been in the left hand. And why not? Miss Blackwell said she saw the Earth emblem on the lighter, didn't she? That emblem is only on one side of the lighter. You're right. There's no emblem on the other side. Exactly, as blank as smooth as a judge's fine scalp. Please leave me out of it. If the culprit had held the lighter in their left hand, they would have covered the emblem. Uh-oh. What's more, this is the kind of lighter you flick over with your thumb before lighting. So if the culprit had held it in their left hand with the emblem out and visible, they wouldn't have been able to open it, let alone light it. But if they had held it in their right hand, they could have easily opened it and light it. This all means that the culprit was definitely holding the lighter in their right hand. Come back, my beautiful contradiction. Okay, I would be even more suspicious because this is the first case where he's actually been, like, on his game. He said something sensible. Appears you planted a flower that bears no fruit. Most flowers don't, but... See how it withers before my flower of justice! He's tough. He's managed to discredit almost everything I've proven up to this point. In justice we trust. Now do you see I'm not the phantom you've been talking about? I mean, are you sure there even really is a spy? I bet they're just a figment of your imagination. Oh, it's so sad, so very sad, but I'm afraid Miss Sykes is the culprit.
Hold it.
Hold it. Detective Fulbright, I believe you said that the emblem is only on one side of the lighter. Are you sure about that? Of course I'm sure. Why don't you take a look at it for yourself and see? Do you see an Earth emblem on both sides of the lighter? Do we get to use the power? Do we finally get to use it? Because, I mean... Blackwell's on our side now. He won't stop... He won't stop it. I knew it. You're lying, detective. Pardon me? You mean... Yeah, my bracelet reacted to a statement about the emblem. He's definitely hiding something big. I think if we use my talent, we might be able to figure it out. Justice Dono, will you use that sheet of yours again? It's not cheating, Prosecutor Blackwell. Very well. Whether I like it or not, I suppose I should use whatever works right now. Go on, then. Hooray! Yeah, Prosecutor Blackwell's reluctant blessing, apparently. Okay, Apollo, you're up. Here it goes, then. Detective Fulbright, could you repeat the last statement one more time? What in the world are you up to? Well, because hers is psychology, and, well, honestly, the power to make images is kind of cheating, but... Alright, fine. I'll say as many times as you like. Listen carefully. Oh, you know, maybe they kept Apollo from using his power, just so Fulbright wouldn't know how it works. The Earth emblem is only on the side that you can see when it's held in the right hand. What am I looking for here? His eyes? Do his eyes twitch? I don't see it. Wow.
Gotcha.
Detective Fulbright, you might not be aware of it yourself, but whenever you say the phrase, the Earth emblem, your left thumb moves. In fact, it appears as though you're running it along the edge of your holster.
Mr. Lawyer, I don't have the foggiest notion of what you're talking about.
Be that as it may, I know it has something to do with the lighter. Let me examine it.
But why? You're not making any sense. You can't just...
I mean, I can't. Obviously, we should... Turning it around. Be still and do as you're told, Fulbright. You have nothing to hide. You shouldn't mind them having a look-see, should you?
What? Not you too, Prosecutor Blackwell. Also, where did your shackles go?
Not sure what this is about, but Prosecutor Blackwell insists. Must be something important. I'll allow the defense to examine the lighter.
Can't examine evidence during a trial.
I miss when we could do that. Turn things around. Good. Now maybe we'll learn something new. I hope so. Check every inch of this thing. Every inch and foot. Yay, we can turn it around. Hey, look. Ugh. Back is covered with blood. Say, you notice anything funny about the bloodstain? You're right, something breaks off unnaturally. Supposedly the lighter was held with the right hand, so the emblem would be visible. If so, the print should be around the emblem and on the lid when you open it. Also, should be... yeah. You're right, there's definitely something off here. Do you click the button to open it? This is the Earth emblem Detective Fulbright was talking about. Hello, Toronto. The coat was honestly pretty cool. I didn't really like the bandage around his head, but the coat was pretty cool. And I understand his reason for the bandage now. I didn't think that his bracelet just constantly sent the information to his brain. If he could see it. See anything noteworthy? Huh? Hey, look at this! The emblem's actually some kind of button! Click. It's a tiny gun? That does make sense with the bullet size. Wow, it transformed into something? A handle and a trigger? Is this what I think it is? No question, it seems. What you have there is a gun. Yep. Time to talk about the fingerprints of a gun. A what? A gun? I'm holding a gun? So that's it. Your Honor, please recall this morning's trial when Director Cosmos is on the stand. The bullet in the oxygen tank was extremely small, maybe a .10 caliber. This little compact gun probably takes bullets from that caliber. Heh, looks like the gun that was fired at the scene. I'm flabbergasted. The lighter was a gun? That's the weirdest thing I've seen. We've interrogated a robot today. And when Detective Fulbright would touch his holster... That's right. Whenever he mentioned the Earth emblem, he must have subconsciously thought about the secret behind it, the lighter. In other words, he knew it was a gun from the very beginning. A lighter that transforms into a gun seems to be like a spy gadget to me. Not the kind of thing any ordinary person can get their hands on. Or a detective. In fact, I'd strictly say it's the domain of elite spies. Detective Fulbright, you will explain yourself.
Ha ha ha! There's nothing for me to explain. I didn't know the lighter could transform. I mean, it was found in the Space Museum and then I brought it straight in. Oh. I didn't even have the time to check it out. I would love a gun like that.
Whenever you mentioned the Earth emblem, you touched your holster. You subconsciously did that because you knew it was a gun.
Oh, accuse me all you want, but where is your proof? Do you have any evidence that I knew the lighter was a gun?
Not exactly.
And whose prints are on it? Miss Sykes' prints. It proves that she's the culprit who fired the gun at the scene.
But her print probably isn't on the button.
It appears the detective is right. Are you guys really trying to prove your client innocent or what? Although it pains me to do this, now that we are where we are, I have to make the following assertions coming from the prosecution's side. The person who fired the gun at the Director Cosmos in the lounge after the incident, and the person Miss Blackwell saw holding the lighter, and the person who murdered Mr. Tarrant, and the person who bombed the Space Center, are all the defendant Athena Sykes, and the prints on the lighter is decisive proof.
No!
Aha! Now do you see? A man on the side of justice couldn't possibly be the culprit. And I think this about sums up Miss Sykes' part in the whole affair. Evidence certainly does seem to point to the defendant's guilt. Not really. You have anything to say, Prosecutor Blackwell?
Evidence is everything in a courtroom. Therefore, Fulbright's claims stand firm.
He is stoking his ego.
But
calm down, Apollo. You're just saying that because he has to as a prosecutor. Mr. Lawyer, our job is to pursue criminals in the name of justice. You shouldn't cast suspicion on people based on something as dubious as a habit. In fact, you have a bad habit of showing up in court with an awful case of bedhead.
Objection. Says the man who wears sunglasses at night. Oof. If it's proof you want, it's proof you'll get. I'll prove this lighter's not Miss Sykes, but yours.
Hmm?
Sounds like you've hit on something, Apollo. It's just, if the prints on the lighter are the basis for accusing Athena, I think we should reconsider the credibility of evidence itself. I mean, I think this lighter might be forged evidence. That's right. Could not be part of Fulbright's bigger plot. Did he do anything out of the ordinary while I was off on my own? I can definitely think of a few things.
He was... It is indeed. Have a look at this. Watch this. A lighter.
Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Ah, yes. I just happen to have a compiled print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift.
We assume he's been laying a big trap for us all along. Gotta be something off about this piece of evidence.
Well, there wouldn't be a print on the button.
What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence?
Where the prints are.
Anything odd about where the prints are? No, I guess if it was fired as a gun, that's about where the prints would be, but...
What? Wouldn't the prints be on the gun part? And also on the button?
That's where my brain went. Now I guess I was thinking about how the prints were left on lighter. Nothing unusual about the angle of the prints or how they were patchy in places, but... Are they really Athena's fingerprints? Definitely matched her print data. But what about the data itself? Detective Fulbright, you were the one who provided us with the lighter and print data. Isn't that correct?
Yes. What about it?
Said Miss Sykes, you say Miss Sykes' prints matched up with the print data. But I have to wonder, was the data you used official?
Mr. Wright, are you suggesting the evidence might have been fabricated?
I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's re-examine the prints. Using the official sanctioned print data of the people involved in this case.
What? You dare insult the epitome of justice and integrity?
I instinctively wanted to say the joke of epitome. But it's epitome, I know.
There's no need for such antics.
Your Honor, I lend my voice to the defense's request. You must allow the test to be rerun.
Very well then. Bailiff? Do the thing. Sure hope you're not a secret spy.
No, why would I be a secret spy? You just can't see me.
Oh, hello, Taka. Here's the official data's here.
And the results?
That's weird. They're my prints. It's just the defense claims. This proves the prints on the lighter do not belong to the defendant. Nah.
Yes.
Fingerprints actually belong to the victim, Mr. Clay Taryn.
Well. They were Clay's fingerprints on the lighter? Ah, I see. Come to think of it. Wasn't it you, Fulbright, who collected the victim's prints? Yeah?
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all.
When you took the deceased's fingerprints, you could have easily planted his prints on the lighter with his blood. Even though his blood was, over there. After which, you wiped the blood off his hand. By own admission, you were also the one who compiled the phony print data. All to put the blame on Miss Sykes.
No, everything's falling apart. Well, you can't prove the gun is mine.
This ploy must have been to distract us from the Phantom who's behind everything. You were out to create the impression the Phantom wasn't the true culprit. So does this mean Detective Fulbright really is the Phantom? Remember the killer's escape route. No ordinary person would have been fearless enough to attempt it. Nobody but the Phantom, the man who with no emotions, could have done it. Detective Fulbright, you were the only one who could have used that escape route.
Well,
Fulbright, are you really the Phantom? Answer me, or so help me, I will slash you to tinny slivers where you stand.
Alright, I'll talk. I confess. I'm not the Phantom.
Silence.
It's all over. Now be a man and admit it already.
But I'm not a spy. I merely play one on TV. I'm an undercover investigator. I've actually been after the Phantom myself. An undercover investigator? That sounds less than wholesome to me. Unless you're really cold.
Person who hides his identity and secretly investigates in order to uncover information. And that's what you really are, Fulbright?
That's right, I was working to track down the Phantom. But, sadly... even though I was supposed to catch the spy ended up catching me. He took my family hostage and forced me to cooperate with him.
That is the most cliche, fabricated garbage I've ever heard.
What?
Objection! You're telling us this now? But what if you say it's true, then who was the mystery person Miss Blackwell and Mr. Starbuck saw?
It was the Phantom, I tell you. All I did was help him by having that emergency ladder lowered for him.
I don't believe you. And how do you explain this fabricated lighter?
That was also one of the Phantom's demands. Being the detective in charge of the case, it was easy for me to fabricate evidence. The ends justify the means, and in justice we trust. Pinning the crime on Athena Sykes was just another one of the Phantom's orders.
You expect me to buy that? Fulbright, what was the Phantom's ultimate objective?
I was told it was to sabotage the rocket launch. Someone who didn't want the launch to happen must have given him the order. Actually, I have to apologize to you too. The Phantom told me to get close to you. He ordered me to get back that psych profile you have on him.
So he sent a buzzard of his own to tell me the past year, did he?
I haven't been a champion of justice. I've just been a pawn of evil. A pawn of the Phantom who stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Sykes 7 years ago. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. How did I know he had kidnapped my family? I don't know that either. He has the top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believed I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now there's a sniper. I mean, we do kind of lack a roof at the moment. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all. With the ceiling blow off, I suppose you're vulnerable to a sniper shot in this courtroom. Really should really stop ad-libbing. Just 2 seconds ago, Fulbright was treating Athena like a criminal. Do you really think he's gonna lie his way out of this now? But on the surface, everything does seem to make sense. This could be bad, Mr. Wright, if we can't find a flaw in his logic. He's right, after we come all this way, we can't let Fulbright wiggle free now. There, I finally told the truth. Ah, it feels good. Now I hope you see how foolish it was to think I was the Phantom. That's right. You're an intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackwell. You believe me, right? As far as I can throw you. I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom. What? How can you say that, Prosecutor Blackwell? It's obvious he's the Phantom.
Silence.
Shut up. Evidence is everything, right, Dono? You must admit there's no clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom. We could do a little, psychological scan thing. Yes, as I recall, the only solid proof we've seen up to this point is the fact that Detective Fulbright fabricated evidence. But... I've known Fulbright here for a year now. And all this time he's been quite intent on rehabilitating me. I don't believe his efforts were a lie. But Prosecutor Blackwell! This fool truly thought he could reform a death row inmate like me. Of course, I would have died today or tomorrow or whatever. Went so out of his way in his efforts for me, he actually became quite a nuisance, really. Ah, Prosecutor Blackwell, you believe me! Please tell me Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't really been taken in by this big phony. I mean, I've had my own big phony once, but that fooled everybody else, not me. However, even if it was against your will, you still act as the Phantom's accomplice. You will have to pay the price for that. Throw yourself at my mercy and don't you ever betray me again. Have you got that? What about my family? Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sniffle, sniffle. Such a bond of trust is a rare and beautiful thing. In any case, looks like everything's been resolved. I can now hand down the not guilty verdict with confidence. Aha! Very good. I'm very glad to hear it. It's all over. Everything's been cleared up. And Miss Sykes will go free as well. Edgeworth, Edgeworth, now is your time. Mr. Wright, we can't let the trial end here. If we do, the Phantom, the man who killed Clay, will get away. I know. What am I gonna do? What do I do? How any proof that Detective Fulbright is the Phantom? Is this it? Is he going to get away just like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, my next investigation awaits. And with that, I'm off. Ha ha ha. Don't want. Hold it. The defense? No, wait, not the defense. The witness? The defendant? What am I right now? The defendant feels it's not time for a verdict yet and would like to see this trial continue. What? I was just about to declare you innocent of all charges. It just doesn't feel right to be standing here. Can I stand over there? Hey, Apollo, think you could scooch over? What? No. Dang it.
There's hardly room here. I mean, this thing's already in pieces. Athena, what are you doing? Hope you don't get held in contempt of court. Look, they don't have this angle of me from over there, okay? I have some questions for you, Detective Fulbright. Are you relieved that you're no longer under suspicion of being the Phantom? Are you grateful to Prosecutor Blackwell for what he's done for you?
Of course I am, and I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. All three of them.
Athena, where are you going with these questions? I've yet to hear a single emotion behind any of Detective Fulbright's words, boss. The suspicion against him has been cleared up, but he's not feeling happy at all. What? Does that mean... time for magical... computer powers? May not have evidence, but the heart doesn't lie. That's it. With your special ability, we might just be able to stop him. Your Honor, the detective has been deeply traumatized by our accusations.
Yes, well, even before all this, I thought he was a rather odd fellow.
If he doesn't get counseling right away, who knows what might happen to him?
Hee hee, ooh, ha 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 ha! Prosecutor Blackwell, can you believe the nonsense the defense is spouting? I mean, come on.
Fulbright, I think you better have that counseling.
Not you too!
You've been making bad remarks ever since you were accused of being the Phantom. Such as, you're an undercover investigator, and your family's been taken hostage. I fear you might have finally lost it.
But I thought you believed me!
Oh wow, you amuse me so. But what's going on here? That was an excellent bit of psychological manipulation just now, Simon. I knew you'd catch on, Athena.
Huh? Mind filling me in here? Like, I only know how to read ghosts and paperwork.
Guess we left you in the dust, huh, Mr. Wright? Simon was only pretending to believe Detective Fulbright, because he knew I'd notice if there was a lack of emotions, like joy or relief or, I don't know, fear. Gave me the chance to take a listen. And listen I did to the voice of Detective Fulbright's heart, which was very monotone. What? You two were just working together just now? Oh, man. Come now, Athena. Show us what's inside Fulbright's heart. You got it. Time to check the instant replay. Widget, mon ami, let's do this. Wink.
Thank you for believing in me, Prosecutor Blackwell. I'm an undercover investigator, but the Phantom was corsering me. I don't remember how to say that. He stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Sykes 7 years ago. I'm bad person for cooperating with such a man. But he took my family hostage. What else could I do?
Even with all these over-the-top expressions and gestures, he's registering no emotion at all. Just like I thought, and right in line with the Phantom's psych profile. Detective Fulbright, this lack of emotion proves you're the Phantom. Hey, what's going on? Wait, hold it. What do you think you're doing, Detective?
Me? I'm not doing anything.
Trying to hack into the Moon Matrix program. I can't do anything with it like this.
Ah!
Fancy device you have there, but I'll tolerate no cheating, thank you. Goes for you too, Apollo. Justice Dono.
Haha, sorry about that. As an undercover agent, I tend to use my secret arsenal without even thinking.
More like as a spy. Thanks, Prosecutor Blackwell. There, now you can't hack me anymore. I dare you try to hide your lack of emotions from us.
Lack of emotion? What are you talking about? Of course I have feelings. As a matter of fact, you wounded me very deeply with that accusation.
What's going on? All of a sudden I'm getting an overwhelming happy reading. Huh? He's literally crying as a river over there. I'm drowning.
Oops, my mistake. How about this? Gah!
Yeah, because now he's angry all of a sudden? What? What's he trying to pull? Like as not, it appears our friend's not completely without emotion. Just as it says in Dr. Sykes' profile of the Phantom. Subject has a unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional function. Oh, I get it. So he has some emotions, right? Precisely, which leads me to wonder why you can't sense any emotions from him at all. I believe it's most likely because he is controlling his emotions. Oh, very good, Prosecutor Blackwell. You are correct. It's a result of my daily training. Very important skill for us undercover investigators, you know. More like for us spies. Seriously. Can anyone believe this? Wonder why he suddenly showed several strong emotions. Wait a minute. I think I know. Since there's a feeling you're trying to hide with your exaggerated emotions, Detective. Ha! A feeling I'm trying to hide? That's a good one! You're the ones who have been saying I'm a phantom because I don't have any emotions. I was just trying to show you the range of the deep emotions I truly possess. Then you have no objection to me analyzing you, right? No, analyze away. But I will state it again, I am not the phantom. And be forewarned that your analysis will have no effect, because you're about to see what an undercover agent can really do. Me, the Phantom? No way. Oh, I'm so sad. See, I told you I have emotions. How dare you accuse me of being someone who would kill over a moon rock? I do regret cooperating with the Phantom, of course. But I'm so glad this whole misunderstanding is cleared up now. Maybe this? I don't think so. I've never seen a person with such chaotic emotional state. There has to be something here, I just know it. Maybe a long shot, but there really is an emotion mixed in here somewhere. Possible it would be the one emotion that doesn't disappear. Not in that one. Well, it's one that doesn't go away, so I'm assuming it just means doesn't go away at all. Aha. I found it! Faker! Found the one emotion you're truly feeling. What? Hidden in the middle of that chaotic storm, I saw one emotion that never disappeared. Deep down, there's a sadness that never goes out. When you talked about the moon rock, you felt a fear that it wouldn't fade. Fear, huh? Fear that a man hardly any emotions feels, huh? Your response to that moon rock. Detective Fulbright, I presume you feel fear concerning the moon rock because... your identity will be revealed? Maybe he touched the moon rock? Of course! That's it. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He has top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. There's a number of organizations that want him dead. I hear a faint clicking in the distance. If our people believed I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom, after all. Detective Fulbright, I think I know why you'd feel afraid. You're afraid that the moon rock will somehow reveal your identity. If his identity were revealed, he would be killed immediately. That's certainly enough to make even the Phantom feel afraid. Me? Afraid? I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't that admit his guilt right there? He would be afraid of his family being killed or something. So there really is something about the moon rock that would reveal his identity? Apparently so. Wait a minute. Maybe the Phantom didn't so much as steal the moon rock, but more like he had to take it with him. Because there was something on it that would reveal his true identity. He's from the moon. I'm leaving. Where do you think you're going? Me? I'm not going anywhere. It is me, or was he going to use that weird watch thing to try and get away? How many more of those toys does he have? Where can I get myself some? That'd be great for Trucy's show. Because it was in his shoulder. Yeah, obviously. Let's get a metal detector out. Detective Fulbright, you'll answer honestly to this court right now. Why do you feel fear in connection with the moon rock? In justice we trust, not emotions, Mr. Lawyer. Evidence is everything. I'm the Phantom because I'm afraid. Don't make me laugh. Ah! What was that just now? Please don't murder my boss. But all human beings have hearts and experience emotions. Unless they're heartless. Sometimes analyzing a case from the psychological perspective is the best way to find the truth, as proven by the last, 4 cases. It's all just a waste of time. All your efforts and analysis serve no purpose. And now, in this dark age of the law, nobody would believe your claim that it's effective. In an era where evidence is fabricated, do you truly expect feelings to be accepted as proof? And where exactly is your proof that I fear the moon rock anyway? Well, I admit I don't have any conventional proof. Still say that examining a person's heart has its merits. Oh, really? Then why don't you listen carefully with those special ears of yours? What are you going to hear? Listen to the voices of the hearts of the people in the gallery. Should have known to never trust someone with a shoulder pad either. A single one. All I hear is distrust? As you can see, the people are on my side, because all they see is a strange little girl using a weird little machine. It's not like I use analytical psychology to falsely accuse people. Uh-oh, got a thing of doubting yourself. Miss Sykes' analytical psychology has breathed new life into the courtroom. Freed the hearts of many witnesses and has been key in getting the truth. What nonsense, Your Honor! The defense's claim is a false one. I don't feel any kind of fear when it comes to the moon rock. I see. Can you prove you don't have fear, though? Very well, I'll give the opinion of this court. In a trial, I don't feel that a person's emotions are quite as compelling as actual evidence is. But Your Honor... Hee hee ho ho ha 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 ha. That said, he's laughing in a really weird way and that makes me uncomfortable, and my emotions are important. There, you see, nobody believes you and your trumped up charges. He's also tried to escape. However, I do believe Miss Sykes' analysis can contribute to making the truth clear. I have seen her do this firsthand several times already. Surely you jest. So this mean... you will accept my findings in this trial, Your Honor? Yes, I believe your claim, Miss Sykes. I think there is merit in examining why the witness feels fear in regard to the moon rock. That is the court's opinion on this matter. Then that's a win for me. No, a win for the analytical psychology. Now, Mr. Phantom, you will tell this court the reason you feel for your fear. Analytical psychology? My fears? Fine. I'll show you precisely why the abstract things can't be considered as evidence. Hee hee hee, ho ho ho, ha 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 ha. I mean, honestly, if he started laughing like that, I would agree that he's definitely scared. My fear of the moon rock.
I felt fear when I thought about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of a moon rock? None at all. So the fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him. In fact, I'm on the side of justice. Uh-huh. And there you have it. Now do you see why I'm not afraid of the moon rock? Or why I am afraid of the moon rock?
Sure, you sound convincing enough. But so does any two-bit con artist. It's all meaningless in the absence of evidence. Phantom is like the mist, no flesh, no bones. My sword alone cannot cut it, right, Dono? Huh? With your deductive reasoning and the body of evidence before us, let us send this miserable phantom fellow to the other world together. Alright. You and I, Prosecutor Blackwell. We have a duty to bring the phantom down and restore the people's faith in the courts. Indeed, by covering for Athena, I allowed the phantom to escape. As a prosecutor, I gave birth to the people's mistrust with my murder conviction, even though several prosecutors had already done a murder. I bear part of the responsibility as well, for being suspected of forging evidence and losing my attorney's badge as a result. Two of us and the Phantom were at the beginning of the dark age of the law. And it's also our burden to cut away the foul specter we created, is it not? Still, all that remains is the righteousness of the court and the faith of the people.
Hee-hee-ho-ho-ha! Trust? Understanding? Ha! Fragile ideals of the masses are controlled by emotion. Humans can't truly trust each other, which is exactly why the illusion of trust is so enticing. Does that not prove his guilt right there with that line?
Objection!
I thought he was also going to say you have to trust in justice, but
Once two people overcome their misgivings, that's where real trust can be found. You're free to believe that what you want, but trust like that is stronger than you and your lies, always.
cross-examination. Reminded me of the Phantom.
Hold it!
Why does it remind you of the Phantom?
Only remind you of the Phantom? Don't make me laugh.
You are the Phantom. Evidence is everything in a court of law, or did you forget? I was forced to testify as a silly thing like feelings. But those tactics won't work from here on out. You need real evidence. Hate to admit it, but he's right.
Hold it!
Can't think of a single reason the Phantom might be afraid of the rock?
I thought the Phantom wasn't even supposed to have any feelings. How could someone like me, with my wealth of emotions, be expected to understand the guy?
Phantom, a person with very few emotions, would only be afraid of something really big, like his cover getting blown big. I'm willing to bet that the moon rock has something to do with his identity, but how? Maybe the Phantom's fingerprints are on the rock. Yeah, but fingerprints can be wiped off. Then maybe he wanted the rock so bad he literally drooled on it and left his DNA? We're dealing with a spy here, Athena, not a slob.
Although it could have had his blood.
True, but maybe the DNA part isn't too far off. Huh?
Something unexpected happened to him during the incident 7 years ago.
I just know I have something that can show why the Phantom is afraid of the moon rock.
I'll just continue with my testimony while you're pondering then, if you don't mind. Do I use the knife? I never know if I should trust my gut or keep looking. I do have 3 more hits left, but
Sure. Yeah, I was curious about that. I should have pressed that right away. Your family? Like, who in your family, specifically? Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe my lover, for example? You don't know? For example, maybe. We need a more concrete answer than that. Maybe my mother, my son, or my daughter. Maybe it was all of them. I'm so sad and worried. I miss them so much. He's obviously lying. Look how upset I am. Is it any wonder I followed the Phantom's orders? You're smiling. You're very clearly smiling and don't know who was kidnapped. I mean, that's evidence enough. Ugh. You're welcome. I should have pressed it myself, but...
Hold it.
How afraid are you exactly? I'm so scared I start to shake whenever I see the moon in the sky. Do you shake when you see Miss Sykes' earring? Oh, well, to be honest, since the very first time I met Miss Sykes, I felt more than a little frightened of her. Guess some people just inspire that much fear in others. Mr. Wright, you were thinking something mean-spirited and rude, weren't you? What? No, never. Of course not. Must beef up mind-reading defenses. Now do you understand? The very fact that I'm afraid of the Moonrock proves that. In fact, I'm on the side of justice. Let's just press everything, why not? After all you've done, how dare you speak the word justice? In justice we trust. I'll say as much as I want and with absolute confidence. Whatever I say is just. That's how it works in the dark age of the law. Hey, you won't get the best of me with that twisted argument of his. Find a way to get him right where I want him. I think the Fulbright, or rather the Phantom, feels fear in regard to the Moonrock. Probably has something to do with being afraid the true identity will be revealed. Right, so that means that's why the Phantom had to take the Moonrock with him 7 years ago. He had something to show a real cause of Fulbright's fear. I guess it must be the knife. Let's see. Double check everything. Oh, wait, actually it might be... Do I have the other video? I don't think I have that anymore. So, it must be the knife, I guess. I don't know.
Objection!
Phew, music stopped. Native Fulbright, I assume you know what this is. That's a knife! That's the knife the Phantom used to kill Clay Tarrant. That's right. And the exact same type of knife Miss Sykes used 7 years ago when she stabbed the Phantom's hand. Yes, that was discussed earlier, as I recall. I was here. He dodged at first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again. And this time you got him, didn't you? I did. I remember it clearly now. The rain is gone. The knife went into the back of his hand. Miss Sykes then said that she remembers the culprit bleeding. It's my theory that the culprit's blood got on the Moonrock, and he was afraid that if the blood was analyzed, his true identity would be revealed. That explains why the Phantom had to remove the Moonrock from the crime scene. I mean, if we ran the analysis now, we'd know who the Phantom is. Ha ha ha! Yes, I suppose so, but unfortunately the Moonrock in question is missing. That may be so, but I'm certain I can explain what happened to it in great detail. You can? I can. Of course not. You don't actually expect us to believe that, do you? Because you don't fool me! What this court needs is a bully-free zone. How many times have I been attacked in here? Ah, the infamous Sword of the Begulin Bluff. Its edge without compare. Come now, ready it with me, and show us just how finely it cuts. Your Honor, this is an outrage! Oh, I mean, this is an outrage? Ah! Go on, Rat Dono. Let's start with something that's been bothering me for a while. Now, the culprit supposedly removed the Moonrock from the lab. But this video of him, it's nowhere to be seen. Oh, you're right. But there's something to consider. What if the Phantom hid the moon rock somewhere at the scene of the crime? Good thinking, boss. Also, Apollo and I swapped places while you weren't looking. No real explanation for that one. Security was super tight at the Space Center back then.
All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through the checkpoints.
Does this mean the moon rock is still somewhere in the Space Center?
In the name of justice, I proclaim that's impossible.
And why is that?
The Space Center was searched from top to bottom, and especially the lab, but the moon rock was never found.
Ah, how could I forget about that?
Sad but true fact. We still haven't a grasp on how it was done. But the Phantom made the moon rock vanish into the ether.
No way, it just disappeared. Logic and evidence tell us otherwise. Phantom didn't have the moon rock on him when he left the lab. Unless it's under his hat. Yet a thorough police search didn't turn up anything. It never turned up in the 7 years after that either. The Phantom made the rock disappear without physically removing it himself. But how? Must have been a way. Think, Phoenix, think! How did the moon rock vanish from the robotics lab?
Oh, can you or can you not show what happened to the moon rock, Mr. Wright?
Yes I can, Your Honor.
What? Oops, sorry, I mean, what? In that case, let's have your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene?
Take that!
That's where the moon rock was hidden? Darn. I thought he blew it up.
Let's see, the Phantom didn't have the rock on him when he left. I mean, he ate it. And it wasn't found anywhere in the Space Center. Also, we swapped places again. Don't ask why. What happened to it?
I thought they swapped because of Apollo's pose, but are they just having fun playing musical chairs? Even though there are no chairs in this entire courtroom?
It's almost as if it disappeared off the face of the Earth.
Off the face of the Earth.
Wait a minute. That's it.
Alright, Mr. Wright, let's have your answer. You do have one, don't you? How'd the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene?
Take that!
Yeah. I was guessing he blew it up, but also sending it to space works.
No, I want to sit next to Phoenix. I want to sit next to the boss. No, you can't sit next to the boss. I haven't been here all day.
Hello, Phoenix. Hope you're having a good day. That's the Hope capsule, isn't it? The one that went up with a Hat 1 rocket?
He couldn't carry the rock out, but he couldn't leave it in the center to be found either. There was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope capsule that was there at the lab that day.
Yes, the team must have loaded it onto the Hope space probe eventually.
Yeah, just slapping each other, constantly bashing shoulders.
But that's what happened. The moon rock would have been launched up into the space along with the rocket.
Preposterous! It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moon rock was... Exactly. The Phantom got rid of that moon rock in the most cosmic way he knew how. Space! The one place to protect him from the court system. Space. He was out there in the depths of space. Aboard the Hope space probe.
What?
What?
Oh, order in the court.
I understand now. Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Hat One anyway. The villain. He used the primary objective to conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's right. He planned for the moon rock to be turned to cosmic dust out in space, thereby destroying one piece of evidence that could reveal his true identity. But Mr. Starbuck and the others foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely in the mission and returned 7 years later. With a capsule in tow.
Gah! I mean, should I even be really afraid here?
We analyzed the blood of the moon rock and should make one thing crystal clear. That you were the Phantom all along, Detective Fulbright.
It's a shame it's, missing. Oh, Athena's gone now.
I knocked Athena out and put her to the side. It's my seat. So he killed Clay just so he'd get the moon rock back?
I believe so.
His original assignment may have just been to sabotage the hat too, but at the same time he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crime 7 years ago. That's why he went to the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape out of the rocket with the capsule. But in the end, it was all he could do just to escape himself, so he didn't get the capsule. Clay must have done everything he could to stop Fulbright. Probably hung in that capsule for all he was worth until his very last breath.
I mean, oh, this is so funny. You make me laugh, you really do.
Hey, I'm up again. Hey, he's totally out of whack now. It's game over for you, Detective Fulbright. Why don't you just admit to it all now?
There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator, I tell you. I'm not the Phantom. The blood on the rock is just another one of his schemes, a trap. Now I'm not sure what to think. I suppose the Phantom is a spy with his salt. A trap is not out of the question.
Objection!
Objection, but in that case you could say anything is a trap.
That's what makes a trap a trap. I've been framed into taking the blame for the Phantom. Your Honor, I believe further investigation is in order.
Silence!
Further investigation? More like plotting your escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself if I must. Here and now.
I guess it's time to show you just what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Blackwell!
Hey, you guys aren't really...
I've been interrupted again.
Edgeworth.
Looks like I made it just in time.
Edgeworth, you're in the crossfire. Please move. Edgeworth.
I have good news for you, Mr. Wright. I've uncovered some very crucial facts.
Did you find something about the Phantom's true identity?
No. You might say that. I saw it by looking into the first people in the scene 7 years ago. All three, an employee and 2 officers, were registered in the robot's recognition systems, but none of them looked the least bit like Detective Fulbright.
That's that good.
But there's more. I've yet to share my most important finding. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackwell, you'd best brace yourselves.
Uh-oh. I'm always braced.
The man you see there before you, Bobby Fulbright, doesn't exist, is already long dead.
Oh. Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
An unidentified body was found a year ago.
He stole his face?
Has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints.
Then does this mean...
Yes, that man there is an imposter, pretending to be Bobby Fulbright.
An imposter?
Then this man, who in the world is he? Okay, waiting.
So he killed Bobby Fulbright a year ago. Well, they figured that he was real, and he probably, like, had fake fingerprints just hanging around. I don't know. But also, if you're gonna, like, be an imposter, you should probably burn their fingerprints off. Although, there's other ways to test that, of course, but... Still... Oh no, he's question marks now. No longer Bobby Fulbright. Enough of your trickery. You'll not reveal yourself to us. Then I shall do it for you. You robot? What the? His face!
Ah, look what you did to my mask. Mask, what is the meaning of this, witness? Okay, you got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. I'm Phoenix Wright. That's right, it's me!
Wait, but that's...
Hey, Apollo, yep, it's me, Solomon Starbuck.
Mr. Starbuck, but that can't be right. You can't really be a Phantom, can you?
Silence.
Of course not. The real Starbuck was aboard the Hat 1, which was set to be destroyed.
Ah. Yeah, this is just another mask. I got like 5 of them on. It's suffocating, man. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change identities all I want. I can be anyone I want.
Not so fast. I have the Phantom Psych profile right here. Compile a Psych profile on you and compare the results. It'll prove that you are the Phantom.
Objection. Yeah, alright. Time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, the end justifies the means.
That voice, those words.
I don't remember what his voice was. I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Sykes.
Professor Means?
This mask? I take what I want and by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence.
Huh?
Time to take out the trash. Permanently.
How could you?
Now you see how powerful the ends justifies the means can be.
How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face.
Ah, but that's the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all.
Or perhaps it really is the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. What must you see when you look in a mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I'd wager.
Well, aren't you the master of psychology, Blackwell? That's right, I don't know who I am. I'm always living as someone else for my assignments. I don't even remember what my face looks like. Or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs, emotions, and soul. I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss.
What's with this guy? He even still human?
And now we resume your lesson, Professor Wright.
Oh, wait, Professor?
I believe you made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I'm the Phantom.
I believe there was blood on the moon rock in that capsule, yeah. Now that we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright, your claims of Phantom Trap won't work anymore.
Then why don't you bring this moon rock in? The decisive evidence from the Hope capsule?
I think I will do just that. Get ready, because the Hope capsule is about to seal your...
fudge. There was a courtroom bombing from the other day. Capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence. It was blown to smithereens. Looks like you finally caught on.
So I was right about him blowing it up. I remember that, but...
Full marks for the defense for effort, but what a shame your hope was lost in that courtroom explosion.
Yeah, so that's the real reason this courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Have we really reached the dead end after coming all this way? The only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed?
How dare you continue to call me the Phantom? As I've said all along, I'm just a nameless undercover agent.
And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we have proof. Sort of. Or at least a prayer.
That doesn't work in the corner. I'm afraid that won't do, Mr. Wright.
At least put some weight behind your swing, right, Dono? I know, I'm trying. Jeez, I'm not a swordsman. Only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock. That was blown to bits in the courtroom bombing, and yet is it really gone without a trace? What if some tiny part, some little fragment still exists?
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too.
That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture.
It was black and white there, but...
Very well, Mr. Wright, let's see your proof. What evidence will you find will finally prove the Phantom's identity?
Take that.
Isn't that the bomb that blew up the courtroom? And the moon rock along with it? You're saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity?
Yes, Your Honor.
Focus your attention to this photo taken after the bombing, specifically right here.
Very mean of them to have this part here. Like, that's clearly just part of it, but it's black and white. Or black and yellow.
Take that.
Please take a look at this newspaper article. This is about the Hat 1. Now please note the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when we look at this photo from the bomb fragments, that's the moon rock. See how there's a rock-like object with the same coloration? Oh my, yes, I see it. It seemed that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. Take a look at all the fragments that the police found. We'll likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on the blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom.
But that's impossible!
Surprised to be sure. That's one bloody tough rock. Let's us have the fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, fool brat. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order the testing.
Thanks, Taka. I feel like at this point, Taka should have like a tiny police hat. He gives all the police reports.
Prosecutor Blackville, what's the test results show?
There's a rock fragment that had blood on it and appeared to be several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed.
But they confirmed it was the witness's blood, didn't they? No use trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it, you are the Phantom. Objection? Wait a second. Huh? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection to yourself? No, I didn't say a word. That was my objection, Apollo. That was my objection, Apollo. Huh?
That's right. I'm Phoenix Wright. I knew it was coming. Why? Why do I always have imposters?
It was a pretty good objection too, don't you think? Now he's me?
Oh, you have any objection or not, Mr. Wright?
Huh?
No, not really, Your Honor.
No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. Did this trial get any more insane? Mr. Wright, this fragment of the rock in the photograph and those just like it, how can you be sure they're pieces of the same moon rock that was at the robotics lab? Can't you explain what you mean? Me? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that day that had my blood on it. How do you know they're not just rocks? You can't prove they're the moon rock, right? Objection! Don't be absurd. Just compare the fragment of the rock in the newspaper article. Anybody can see they're the same. They have the same exact coloration. But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. It's highly unlikely a rock with such a unique appearance just happened to be there. But you can't deny it's a possibility. Objection! But your blood was found on the one of the fragments. Apollo. Nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago I tripped and fell in this very courtroom, and it was hurt pretty bad. Maybe that's how my blood found its way to a piece of rubble? Even he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet, I suppose it's not completely out of the question.
It is. They clean the courtroom quite often, I'm sure. Probably. With how much of a mess our witnesses leave, they definitely should.
See, you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I thought that the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Me. Well, why don't we get those fragments analyzed? We can ask an expert to verify if they were from the moon rock in the robotics lab or not. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that just isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove the fragments are from what you say they are from, you'd need a sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it with. But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore, and there's no sample data left either. So you see, short of going back in time, hope that isn't a plot device, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from that moon rock. Athena? There's really no way to prove it? You finally ready to throw in the towel? Objection! It was me. The real me. I don't throw towels. So the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right. It was such a valuable rock, too. A shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. Not completely lost. There's another piece of it, right here by our side. A shining fragment of hope that can turn everything around. Final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. Defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that was passed down with great love and care. We do? We do. Even if the person holding it hasn't realized it yet. I'm staring right at you. It's true, Mr. Wright. Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. It's like, Athena, you're wearing it on your head. Just about the only thing my mother left me with our widget. And this earring. Maybe she did love me, in her own way. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left you with a very important piece of evidence. She did? Widget? Hey, you're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you. Because we have the moon rock of our own. Yeah! You do? Oh, you mean... Exactly. A gift Dr. Sykes left her daughter. An item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. A distant as Miss Dr. Sykes may have seemed to her daughter, that fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is Defense's sample of the moon rock. That's your sample? This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from that original moon rock. What? I don't have a surprise face. It was right here all along. No, it can't be. The composition of the bomb fragments and the earrings are found to be a match. It will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the origin of this fragment in the photo. And since the test results show that the blood in the fragments was yours, this means the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. I may not have Athena's ears, but now, even I can hear the fear in your voice. The fear? I don't feel any fear. I left all my emotions behind years ago. Every human being feels fear. You simply can't face the emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. I suppose you do? I didn't have anyone support me at first either. I couldn't face the fear inside me, couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear.
Objection!
Objection! You're just a coward running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Sykes, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. He did just casually confess to having no emotions, but he's not the Phantom. He's an undercover agent. That's why I was able to face my suspicions without hesitation. Heh, running away from myself. How could I run from myself when there's nothing inside? Nothing at all. Now it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you understand. As you to understand. But people have emotions, just a fact of life. And so, people can be weak at times. That's exactly why people need to trust one another. So they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trust in others, how can you ever hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me? Is this... No. I'm afraid, I'm scared. I feel fear. Can't outrun yourself. Move that mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. The triple point. With your own true face. Well, do I have a face? My own true face. No, please don't. I know you're here. Where are you? See, I haven't revealed anything yet. Honest. You gonna get shot? My own true face, I don't have one. My face! My face! It was the guy all along. And then it was someone else. Is this my face? Is this it? No, that's not it. No, that's not my face. This isn't me either. Is this me? Which one is my face? What am I? Who am I? Hey, that was me for a second. I'm Bobby Fulbright. He was shot. And we'll never see his true face. Well, he's dead. Hyper attack in this very courtroom. It chills me to my bones. Thanks for not hitting me, though. I am the highest point. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how is Detective Fulbright, I mean, his imposter, doing? He's a lucky fellow. The bullet didn't hit any vital organs. Didn't even hit his face. Appears to be in no danger of dying. Well, that was fortunate for all of us. That seems very unlikely. What kind of terrible sniper did they have? Now is that final piece of evidence right donor submitted is in. Composition of Miss Saxon urine and the fragment of the blood on it match. You can now be certain that this fragment of the moon rock is the moon rock in question. The murders and bombs of the Space Center, both past and present. The bomb of the courtroom number 4 and all of his other crimes as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all these things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incarcerated. The prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still a myriad of things we wish him to tell us about, after all. We'll show him the prosecutor's hospitality. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's finally time to bring this trial to an end. But, before I do, will the defendant please return to her proper place? Oh, but that place is literally covered in blood. Alright. Yes, your water. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Athena Sykes, not guilty. Wait, we can still throw confetti? There's no roof. Where's it coming from? Is someone just on the roof throwing confetti? That's probably Gumshoe.
This is one job. Court is adjourned. We did it. Ow. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. I've been here the whole time. I'm sure no one forgot I was here. Thank you, Pearls, and thank you for being there for Athena. I mean, I kind of let her run off on her own and didn't really stop her at all. It's the least I could do. Athena was great, wasn't she? She was strong throughout the whole trial. Dad, I'm so glad to see you. Trucy, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine. I was doing magic tricks for the other hostages to keep our spirits up. Yep, I knew it. That's our Trucy for you. I'm really glad to see you're safe, sis. Right, I fear I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. Edgeworth. We never would have caught him if it weren't for all of you. Ah, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? You're the ones who've been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you're the one who gave Blackwell permission to serve as a prosecutor, right? Yes, well, we knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. The police and I were trying to find him, but we never did manage to do so until this trial. Well, we never would have won this trial without you. Your help as chief prosecutor, that was the key to the successful conclusion. Besides, it was you that saw it I got my attorney's badge back, wasn't it? So you figured it out, did you? Yeah, getting my license back went just a little too smoothly, you know? Should have been much harder after that evidence forging scandal. Well, I owed you a few favors. You do give me free tickets to your daughter's plays, and they're great. Hey, Edward, think we can finally bring the dark age of the law to an end? Even the darkest night turns to dawn eventually. Our sun will rise again. You have a son? Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of the mistrust towards the court system should have been swept away. You know, you could have said that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It won't kill you. It might. Said the furrows in that brow of yours might just keep getting deeper and deeper. So I should smile more, huh? I'll think about it. Okay, I'm glad he didn't smile like, Mr. Means. That would be gross. The complicated love-hate relationship between lifelong rivals. Athena. I'm forever in your debt. You went all to that trouble, even taking the bar exam while you were overseas. But I knew that if I didn't get your sentence overturned fast, you'd be executed. So I studied and studied and studied. I was frantic. I'm glad I made it in time. Just barely, but I still made it. That a girl, Athena. Good to see you finally let your tears out. Yeah, I survived by the skin of my teeth, thanks to you. Shame on you, Simon, for trying to throw your life away like that. Never my intention to just throw my life away. Some things in this world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty to protect with my life, my mentor's most beloved treasure. Huh? That's some loyalty. This guy really is a samurai through and through. Well, looks like we can breathe easy now. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. Took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss. What a team we are, huh? Hey, it was definitely the most amazing turnabout I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. My office has the best, most capable lawyers around. And Trucy, I guess. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna work extra hard to make up for all the worry I caused. Apollo Justice is fine and ready to go. Let's hear it for the Right Anything Agency. Nobody's gonna try harder than me, so you better watch out, Apollo. That chair is mine. Simon is free, thanks to Mr. Wright. But there are so many more people out there who need our help. You're right, and I'll be needing you to help them. Needing you both to help them. We still have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. Still people out there suffering under false charges who need defending. Got a lot of work ahead of us.
if we ever hope to fully bring the Dark Age law to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. We have to celebrate with a bowl of piping hot noodles. Huh? Nothing like a bowl of Eldune's noodles after a trial. All on Mr. Wright's tab, of course. You're being paid for this one, right? I mean, it wasn't a real trial. But, I mean, you found the Phantom. That's how it works at the Right Anything Agency, right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Hey, hang on. As a boss, it's your duty to express gratitude to your people for the great work. And as the one who helped, I'll be, of course, joining. In that case, allow me to join the festivities. I would greatly welcome a bowl of noodles. Huh? Hey, wait, hang on. I have an idea, Dad. Why don't you just invite everybody involved in the case? The more the merrier, right? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you've come. Who knew you'd grown to be such a generous gentleman? Huh? Guys, under these circumstances, only one thing I can say. Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fair, I want to say it too. Okay, here we go.
Objection!
We did it. I was trying to think of something nice I could do for Polly now that he's back. I tried to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find a lost cat, install an air conditioner, give him a computer lesson, find a lost item. I think I should have found him a few legal cases. Nah, that's okay. This is the Right Anything Agency after all. I mean, we just do every odd job on the scene. Well, that was fun. Tina and Paula were so wonderful in court. I was there. But I study as much as I can if I want to be a judge someday. My grandma says eat lots of peppers and they'll ignite your passion. Oh, I should figure out which to grow. Green peppers or yellow peppers? What about red peppers? Maybe I should go with hot as the sun, red peppers instead. Just don't go with ghost peppers, please. I've had enough ghosts.
Yeah, the Dark Age of the law, you say? How naive. Don't you know it's sometimes necessary to get a guilty verdict by any means possible? What? They're putting me under investigation. Chief Prosecutor wants to see me. Oh, no.
I can do the DLC. This thing can load DLC and properly, like, integrate it into the game. But I haven't found it. I'm tasked with debuting the great mass wrestler Tin Mataro. Scheduled to go against the amazing Nine-Tailed Fox next. Oh, what to do? A fight to finish with myself? Why don't you ask Mr. Demon Lawyer to be the amazing Nine-Tails too? Not a bad idea, but he'd be all for it. Caw. We as foes, are we, my little friend? So yeah, I have to find it first.
Yeah, would you believe it? I'm an alderman of the Nine-Tails Vale now. Pretty impressive, huh? I took off to Rex Cube, he got the... for the good of the Rex... whatever. What do you say? You like to make a little donation to help us out?
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Ah, the jig is up. Better make a run for it.
So, sadly this will be the end of it today once we're done with the credits, because... that would be nice, but after seeing all the things, I'm becoming genuinely interested in the law. So I'm studying for the bar exam. I'm gonna prosecute Athena someday. You'll see. I'm studying my buns off too. I'm gonna pass the Themis entrance exam on my own merit this time. With a score of 100 points, of course. Oh, Juniper, our dream will live on forever! Well, the Robin twist was fun.
I found these really sweet boxes, all for 3 of them, but they won't wear them. It's because I want to be a legal journalist instead of a lawyer or a judge. But anyways, thank for the trial. School newspaper future is as bright as it can be. Now let's see what fresh blood have to say for the news school paper. I had to cry so hard at graduation rehearsal, her cardboard box got all soggy.
She could be a detective. They basically do the same thing. One night only reunion concert. Still remember whatever. President of the student council sang like no high school student I've ever heard. When she's a judge on her own court someday, I'd love to have a jam session with her. Be the coolest trial ever, yeah? Can already hear it now. So she was good at singing? That's good. I was afraid she would, faint. Usually the grid good cleaning, but it's already a mess again. I guess the only thing I can do now is clean up the attitudes of the people in this office. I'm with Mystic Maya due to come here once her training's over, it simply must be done. I can only hope Maya's in the next one. Aha! Humanity's dreams of outer space will never die! In fact, planning for the Hat 3 rocket has already officially begun. This time it won't explode. Look upon me, people of great nation, and witness the glory of your cosmos. What do you... Oh, Director. Yes, the rocket preparations are fully complete. Yes. Just leave everything to me. Assistant Director Yuri Cosmos. So he got demoted, huh? I'm going to the moon in the new rocket. If Athena or Mommy Metis came to the moon, I would love to show them around. But which is more interesting? Montes, Polaris, or Mare Trilucus? You think they would like either one? Yay. Hooray. I wonder how Miss Aura is doing. I'd rather be near Miss Aura than on the moon. Oh, Miss Aura, I just want you to use me again like you used to. Don't read into that. Yeah, ready for launch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. I'm going to the moon for real this time. For me and for Clay. Thanks to my lawyers, I know I should never give up. Yeah, but I'm worried. Can't breathe in space. In fact, it's cold as heck. Oh man, I'm getting really nervous. Ah. Make a Starbucks on the moon, finally. No, I'm not employed here. Simply came to request their service in defense of my sister. No one's around. I've been kept waiting for a long time. And what sort of case brings you here? Oh, your father was accused and you wish for Athena to defend him. Huh. Then perhaps he and I shall meet in the courtroom in the near future. Huh. That's nice that he came to them for supporting his sister, but they really just leave him there for hours? Look forward to your next month's salary arrangement. Yeah, please forgive me. Blackwell's acquittals brought all manner of ills to the prosecutor's office to light. Seems solving that case has thawed the chill of winter and the warmth of spring. Now I owe Wright yet another debt of gratitude. I'll repay him one day. You can trust in that. And he'll give me ramen. Apparently. What to say? I keep getting interrupted, but there it goes. But overall, this was a fun time. It was just like the previous ones. The 3D models are a bit weird, off and on. Like, a lot of them just have... I don't know, they seem like they stretched them a little bit in order to match the old 2D sprites. And a lot of the new ones, like, you know, that one, are accurate, but still a little weird. But they're all nice. And it's nice to see, like, 3 people on the bench for once. Surprised Pearls didn't jump down and join them, but she's not a lawyer, so makes sense. There was a severe lack of Trucy in this game. She shows up, but other than getting kidnapped, I don't think she did anything in any of the cases. But maybe she does in the DLC. But speaking of the DLC, as I was saying, I have to find it first. Yeah, just like Maya, but Maya was usually there talking a lot. Or, you know, being accused of murder or whatever. Or sometimes was a ghost, you know. But like most of the stuff in this made sense. If you have a thing for it, sure. Heck, I could probably even load it up right now. Although don't exactly know how to do that. I read up on how to do it, but, you know, I have the memory of a phantom fish. Let's see, where was the thing I read? I did save the thing I read on it. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed our adventure, though. Either way, I think I'll probably call it now. I know it's an hour earlier than we usually do, but I think the DLC should be its own thing, either way. Thank you, Trana. And that's a good picture. All three of them pointing. No, it didn't work. Yep. Afraid that one doesn't work. My blocker actually blocked it, so it has something weird on there, but it's okay. I'll find it. Ouch. Let's see. I can remember where I got stuff. What was your favorite part of our streams, though? Oh, do we get to see the rocket go off? New anime scene?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
15 seconds.
Will we get to see it actually go off?
10, 9, 8, 7,
Yeah, sorry.
5,
Here, I'll see what it was.
4, 1.
What blocked it. Here it goes. I'll be fine. I'm here too. I hope you were a fair bit away. It's got a URL blacklist on it, whatever that means. It's gonna be okay.
Mr. Starbuck!
You'll be fine. Just believe in yourself.
The moon's closer than you think!
I'll be fine. There it is.
Thanks, guys. I wouldn't have made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. And that's the end. Through the years, I've seen much joy and heartache. Honesty is deceit. Honesty is deceit. Just as Mr. Starbuck was able to escape the harsh pull of his fears and despair and gravity, I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all up towards a brighter tomorrow. The end. Oh, now we can look at the illustrations. Now, my thing really blocks a lot of stuff. Let's see. What's in illustrations? Boy, what a welcoming picture. Oh, welcome to the extra DLC. You unlocked this amazing thing after finally finishing the game. Here's a dead girl. Why is that the first one? Yeah, hi, I'm a dead girl. There's the little elephant. There's Lewis. Yeah, it's just all the pictures we've seen. Oh no, some fox ripped off his head. Still a weird thing. It's just all of our fancy evidence and stuff. That's a good picture. That's also a good picture. And there's Maya, but we'll never see her. I didn't really expect this to be a gun, honestly. I thought it would be like, oh, the lighter opens with the button. Because I've probably seen something like that. But it turning into a gun makes some sense. Oh, we didn't actually go over the rifling marks at all, did we? Which, I mean, I guess we didn't really need to. There was no gun at the scene that was that small. So, it would have been a little silly to be like, oh yeah, we need to prove it was this gun. This extremely tiny gun. Let's see. I may have found a thing. Nope. Oh, that's gone. Ah, well. Yeah, I mean, it would have been a little weird. Also, this guy had nothing to do with the bombing, which was a little surprising. But it makes sense. Can we read the rest of these? Wait, you're a human? Starring something Vitus and Wheelie Waddy? Yokai of the Amazon, join the hunt for Tofu Taro, a high-protein yokai. Fight cancer and disease. What? Is that a real thing? Well. I have to do... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I have to find an actual thing. All the ones turning up are bad. So, oh well. It would take some time to actually get it onto the Steam Deck as well. So, I guess that'll be it for today. I will probably be back to play Zelda or something. But thanks a lot for joining me on our adventure. Next time we will be going over the DLC. I'm sure I can find it somewhere. And if not, we'll be starting the next thing because... Let me do this. You guys can't see it, but... Ooh. Actually, I don't even have a thing that takes you to go back to the menu. Whoops. Oh well. I do have the next game, so we will probably be doing that probably next week, depending on how long the DLC is. So, I will be calling it here for now. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed my silly voices and adventure. Yeah, I have Spirit of Justice, and I think that's the last one? I don't know. But, I'm going to go find food. And then probably maybe be back with Zelda. Who knows? It is a shame that's the last one. I know we literally just got the Great Ace Attorney, but that was technically a re-release. Technically. I think. I don't know. I don't remember. But But hopefully we'll get another Phoenix Wright game, unless everyone dies at the end of the next one. But, boy, for now, have a good night. Really, only 4 years ago? I thought it would be longer than that. Well, I guess it'll be a while before we get the next one then. Who knows? Yeah, that's what it was. It was just translated very slow, I guess. I don't even know exactly. I just go by what all of you tell me. Which is clearly reliable evidence, right? That'll hold up in court. But I'll see you later. So, boy, for now, I'm gonna go find food somewhere, potentially.